This is Mary Helen Dara for Women in the Driver's Seat, and today I am so excited to be speaking with Sylvania's first female magistrate at the Sylvania courts. Let's go on in. I am speaking with Christy Cole, magistrate here at Sylvania Courthouse, a wonderful woman in the driver's seat. Hi, Christy, how are you?
Good, thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh,
Congratulations on your show, your new show.
Oh, thank you. It is our pleasure to have you. Would you tell us a little history about the Sylvania Courthouse?
Sure thing. The Sylvania Municipal Court was established in January of 1964, and just to give you a little context, that's a month after the Beatles arrive on American shores and Beatlemania begins. So we've been around a while. We serve quite a large area, the City of Sylvania, Sylvania Township, the village of Holland and Berkey. We actually serve some areas in Monclova, Swanton, Springfield. So we have quite a wide jurisdiction. And we also work with several police agencies, Highway Patrol, Lucas County Sheriff's Department, and then some local agencies as well.
Wonderful. And how long have you been steering this ship here, Magistrate? And what was the deciding factor of getting in the driver's seat here?
Well, I started as magistrate in 2019. Before that, I had the honor of serving as Sylvania's first female chief prosecutor. So that was a wonderful experience. And then I was very fortunate. Judge Bonfiglio gave me the opportunity to serve as the first female magistrate. So that's been very exciting being able to be in those roles. I chose to go into the law profession. I really wanted to serve our community and help people. I was really interested in helping victims of crime. Spent a lot of my career prosecuting domestic violence cases and representing abused and neglected children. So to me, it was just about helping people and being of service in that way.
Wonderful. And what are some of the most challenging and rewarding aspects of what you do?
Well, it is very challenging. Right now, I'm not only the court magistrate, but I also work as a court administrator and the Special Docket Coordinator. And so some of the exciting things we're doing, we're trying new things, innovative things at the court. With these special dockets, we're trying to take a more global approach where if someone comes into the court and they need substance abuse treatment or mental health treatment, or maybe they need stability with their housing, job, GED, we're able to not only the punishment aspect, but it's a kind of a global approach to give someone some life stability and a chance to really turn things around, which is a win-win because it's a win for the person and also for the community, because then that person returns to the community as a productive member of society and then hopefully doesn't reoffend. So it's been very exciting to be a part of some of those initiatives and really trying to be impactful in how we work with the community. Sometimes the person's contact with the justice system isn't always positive. Okay. And so we really strive here to make it as positive as it can be. We try to treat everyone with respect and professionalism. Not only do we handle the cases in a very fair and impartial manner and ethically, but also when people come here, we hope that their experience is as positive as it can under the circumstances.
Exactly. Why would you encourage a young woman to get behind the wheel of this line of work?
Well, the legal profession is a great profession. It's a very versatile degree, having a law degree. I have been a small business owner. I have worked in private practice. I've taught college classes. So the law degree certainly is very versatile. You can do a lot of different things with it. The other great thing about the law degree is you're always employable. If you can work for a law firm, you can work for a company, or you can hang out your own shingle. So as a woman, especially raising children or maybe wanting to be flexible with hours, there's a lot of benefits to that. The other thing is women, and especially women of color, are still very underrepresented in the legal profession. I think I read somewhere where there's 38% of lawyers are women. And so we've made a lot of strides in the right direction, and women still don't make what their male counterparts make in the legal profession. So we still have a lot of work to do. It's very important to have women be a part of this profession. And I think Justice Ginsburg one time was asked, our former Supreme Court justice who passed away recently, she was asked, when will there be enough women on the Supreme Court? And she said, when there are 9. And the person balked at that and said, nine women on the Supreme Court, and there have always been 9 men, she said, and no one even thought twice about that. So the thought of having all the justices be female is like a radical thought, and it shouldn't be. So there's been real trailblazers. I also read with Justice Ginsburg when she was in law school at Harvard, there was only 8 females in her class of 500 at Harvard Law School. So things have definitely moved forward, but the needle has not moved far enough. So I would absolutely encourage any young ladies out there who are interested in a profession that's rewarding, an opportunity to help people. There's so many different facets to it. It's a great and worthy, honorable profession to pursue.
Wonderful. You know, Taylor Automotive Family is all about giving back, and I know you are such a giver. And what are some of your personal favorite ways of giving back to the community?
Well, I have to say I'm a huge fan of Steve Taylor and everything that the Taylor Automotive family does and everything you do for the community. Mary Helen, you are extraordinary. We're so lucky to have you in our community and everything you do. So I'm fortunate to have time to volunteer out in our community. I'm really fortunate through the court, through some of our program that we've been able to help people change their lives. Sometimes we're able to help them get a GED or get a driver's license. And that seems trivial, but in terms of breaking cycles of poverty or breaking cycles of addiction or violence, things like that are just difference makers for people. So it's been really exciting to be a part of seeing real change happen in people's lives. We had a gentleman come in. He said he was before me a year ago and he wanted to come back and let me know he's had a year of sobriety under his belt. So things like that make all the hard work, all the challenges worth it.
All right, that is wonderful. And what's the one piece of advice you would give women who are daring or thinking about getting behind the wheel of their career?
Well, if I could maybe give two.
Of course.
The first would be, I'm very fortunate. I've had great parents growing up. They really instilled a strong work ethic, working hard, treating people with respect. And the big thing was always do the right thing. And most of my life, that's been so easy. You just do the right thing. But, as you get into the work world and into upper levels of whether you're supervising employees or trying to climb the career, the ladder for success, sometimes it's hard because maybe policies, especially with institutions or government agencies, don't always serve everybody in the community. And so when you want to make a change, sometimes that it's hard, ruffles feathers, and sometimes it can affect your ability to move up. It can have consequences with relationships. But I will say anytime that, even when it was maybe not a popular idea or there was resistance to change, as long as I did the right thing, even if it cost me in some degree, whether that was personal or professionally, I never felt bad about it. And it was always, at the end of the day, I was always glad that I stood up, did the right thing, did what was right, spoke out if I saw something wasn't right. But that's hard to do sometimes. And so I would just always say, always do the right thing. The other thing I would say is, when you know better, you do better, and never be afraid of failure. And that's one thing too. I think, managing people, or, you are going to make mistakes. You're human, and it's okay to make mistakes and have failures, but you have to do better the next time, implement those lessons that you learn and change going forward. I think that's so important, not to be afraid of the failure, but once you know how to do it better, or that there's a better way, you got to implement that and put it in practice. As the coach always used to say, you play as you practice as you play. So it's really important that you implement that. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on Women in the Driver's Seat and for being such a role model to women in our community. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.